Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Richard Hawk. I'm Drunken Dan. I don't really have a funny thing to say this time.
So Chadwick Boseman died, which, shocking as it might be to everyone, including Dan, this isn't actually the lead into some really dark joke. And it's not even a topic I especially want to talk a lot about because what do you say? It's like, yeah, dude was like pretty young, shouldn't have died.
Yeah, he was only in his
Died.
40s.
But it is also the case of it's like someone I personally knew, so I'm sad for his family, and I hope they're well taken care of. As I'm kind of sure they will be. I feel like Chadwick Boseman probably has got them set up so they're at least not comfortable at the moment, obviously, but well taken care of for now.
Yeah, I mean, he was a bit he was a headlining Marvel actor, so
Yeah,
he
well, he had
right.
he was in like 4 incredibly successful movies.
Yeah. Again, it's sad. We're not like trying to like dismiss it.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, but it's
they'll
like,
be fine.
What do you
like,
say? It's like there's been
financially.
so many people have died, and granted, with this one, it's a slight different because it was by a cancer that no one knew he had. But it's like, as I said, this isn't me trying to be dismissive. It's like, yeah, it sucks for everyone who did know him, and I genuinely hope that they are okay and get along. But like, there's also, as I said, I wanted to just kind of rip the band-aid off and go, yeah, it is something that happened. And I'm not going to disrespect the man's memory and pretend that it's like, oh man, now Black Panther is my favorite movie. It's like,
Right, yeah.
the same.
Neither of us are gonna.
I will put the preface though that I think Chadwick Boseman is the reason why I'm as disappointed with Black Panther as I am, and it's not for what you might be thinking. It's because I really liked him in Civil War, and I was super disappointed that he wasn't in his own movie. So, yeah, but yeah, sucks that it happened. Hope his family's okay. Black Panther 2 is going to be. I don't even know what they do. I mean, realistically, I'd say they should cancel it, but I don't think they can at this. They can afford to now.
No, not with all the shit that like Disney's doing right now. Well, because their parks are. They're desperately trying to have the parks open, even though they really shouldn't have those fuckers open.
So that's the end of that chapter. Like, there's nothing more to
Yeah, that's really it. There's nothing else really to comment on.
And it's the thing where I worry the longer we talk about it, the more and more I'll get closer to saying something that will, even I will regret saying. Not that I have any particular thoughts at the moment, but you know, I know what I'm like. Eventually, I'll just say something that's off color.
But I guess where we can make jokes though. You saw the Mario Direct, right?
Oh, where it's like, hey, look, where have you got a new game for us to celebrate 35 years? No,
old games.
Have all these games. I was like, because I thought, okay, this is going to be like they'll announce like Odyssey 2 or something. Because I mean, Odyssey did incredibly well. Everyone, you know, pretty well liked across the board. I thought Odyssey 2 or something would be announced. And I'm like, okay, bring back Super Mario All-Stars. That is like my preferred way to play those games. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then it's like, oh, Mario 64 again. Okay, but hey, I guess Mario Sunshine getting a re-release is neat. And I can finally play Mario Galaxy if I want, but...
I'm like, I have, so like, 3D World I'll probably get. But the 3D All-Stars, I like how it doesn't have Galaxy 2, but it has both 3D Mario games I just don't like.
As I said, I was fully expecting Odyssey 2 when I saw
Also, make sure to pick it up before it goes back into the Disney Vault. You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did see that they...
they're Disney vaulting it.
Well, I think they're just doing what Nintendo always does, which is create, like, which is like basically intentionally create like mass amounts of demand and very little supply.
Yeah, but like, what they're doing is they're going to literally stop production of it at a point. Basically, after I think it was like March of next year, they're going to stop printing them.
Yeah.
So they're just going to flat out stop making the games. Then they had that Mario Royale. It's going to last a couple months, and then they're going to turn it off.
Which is literally just like Tetris 99 but reskinned. Even has like the same overlay.
It's very similar, yeah.
It is literally the same overlay of those of like a direction on, and one of the analog sticks controls like what you're doing, or what like your method of attack or defense is.
You know, as a dumb aside, because I'm piloting it again, I'm starting to think Makuve was just a bad pilot, and the Gyan's not actually a terrible mobile suit.
Now you can see why it's so beloved.
Because I'm like tearing. I've been tearing house every time I pilot it. Ah,
What?
Sabo's here.
Or an inherently dangerous part of society and must be dealt with.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just talking about how I've come to the realization.
I was
that
hoping
maybe-
I'd pop up at a point where you were winning and I'd be like, space noise suck.
Oh.
I mean,
that was
I
wrong.
kind of am, because so you can do that, and
Fuck.
I am
Actually,
on the Space Noid side.
That's funny, right? So I was rewatching 0080 because my friend wanted to watch it for completely unrelated reasons to all of this.
Wait,
No, no, no.
0080 or 0083?
80, War in a Pocket.
Okay, okay.
More specifically, he wanted to watch it because he found out who voices Bernie in the English dub.
Go on.
It was David Hayter.
It was more for the audience.
Oh, right. Yeah. So he wanted to watch it. So anyway, as we're sort of watching it, one of the kids, the sissy when we're in a park, and one kid just shouts, "I'm winning, Dad!" And it's like, it's become so much funnier now.
Oh yeah, because are you winning, son?
Yeah.
I want to take now. What I gotta do, because I do have War in the Pocket, is I need to take, like like some audio, someone saying the "Are you winning, son?" and then just cut to "I'm winning, Dad."
You sure are, son. So, yeah,
Everything's right in the world.
it's fun going back to 0080 and being like, haha, look at all this happy-go-lucky space terrorism going on.
I mean,
And
then he dies.
it's kind of just funny every time whenever Bernie Wiseman says things, and he's just like, yeah, you can almost hear the Solid Snake, and then he'll like scream, and you're like, yeah, there's that Solid Snake roar.
Federation! I mean, Metal Gear!
It's kind of helped that he is
Gundam.
It's kind of helped that he is on a sneaking. Like when you think about it,
He's on a sneaking mission trying to destroy an experimental robot.
Well, more than that, like basically the entire episode where they like break into the base and they see the Alex is just fucking. It's like basically the tanker mission from MGS2. They even
He
take
might as
pictures
well
of it.
have. It might as well have been had him like pause with him going, "My God, a
Well, I'm-
Gundam."
What year did the 0080 movie come out in dub? I mean, I know the movie came out in '89
I'm not sure.
because it might have predated MGS.
I don't know.
I don't think it did because Gundam only started getting dubbed in like 2000 something.
Well, I mean, there was. Well, don't forget, there was
It got released in 2001, so...
Well, don't forget, there is the
But it does
lost.
predate MGS2 though, which I would say MGS2 is when MGS like explodes in
Well,
popularity.
Don't forget, there is the lost media dub of the original Gundam, where Steve Blum voices Char.
Yeah, well,
Yes, back when they can't pronounce anything right.
Yes.
There's no official pronunciation going. Amuro, I need you to launch the Gundam. Also, Bright is British for some reason.
I mean, because he's technically meant to be British in canon, sort of.
I know, but it's like, oh, they forgot that.
Again, by the way, I just wanted to say this for the audience that I mentioned to you guys. I still find it fucking funny that his fucking stupid son in V is so useless. It's actually better to hand his fucking Gundam to Ro, because it'll perform better if she pilots it than if he does.
I think Hathaway does get bravery as a spirit commando.
Mm.
He's got to be brave.
Well, he doesn't get love, that's for sure.
No, he doesn't.
It's funny. 'Cause
Should I
Quest-
pilot the Zeon at least one time
Yes.
and then regret it?
Yes.
Alright, let's do that.
That way.
I'm
you
gonna
can-
gonna fly a death trap.
That way you can stay ahead of the competition.
That's only if I lose my body.
You're in
But
a
at least I
zhong.
can't lose my head.
You're in a zhong, you will lose your body.
Yeah, but I'll never lose my head.
Uh,
Oh, look, a
She-
ball. It's Zhong versus a ball. I wonder how that'll go.
So you're going to lose your body to Amuro, are you? That sounds lewd.
Yeah. You can probably take it.
And just go beyond the time or something. I don't know.
Bearing in mind, depending on if there's this novel continuity, Amuro's probably already impregnated Sailor.
Yeah, I don't know what continuity this is.
Tomino knows what continuity edit is.
I don't think Tomino knows where he is right now.
He knows what he's not doing, making Gundam.
It's okay, he's fine with that.
For now.
Until he gets bored. He's like, man, I want to make Gundam again.
Maybe one day I'll bring back Brain Powered.
Maybe one day he'll bring back Aura Battler.
I mean, you laugh, but because I was been playing, I've been replaying. Oh, I was replaying T until I finished it the other day, so I've had a lot of Aura Battler.
Maybe they'll bring back Dragnar.
Die turn 3, die turn 4.
Maybe we'll bring back Ideon. Been a while actually.
I mean, it's kind of hard to bring back Ideon when, you know...
Just the one. Only blew up the one universe. It's probably fine.
I know it only blew up the one universe, but still.
There's many universes out there.
Space return 80 on 5, I don't know.
Space run back to the gun.
We're running back to space. You know, I'm starting to think this Zeon might not be the best mobile suit around.
Why would you
It
run
is
into
un-
space?
For defending a
Space Noid?
For defending a moose. Well, I mean, I'm playing on the Zeon route. We did the Federation route.
Also, are
before.
you even a new type?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten new type rank a few times, so maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if you're
Clearly,
not, then-
clearly, to get the best ending, then Dan, you just have to get a game over and then say, okay.
I mean,
We're done.
Zeon loses regardless.
Yeah, I know, but it's not quite the same as the player willingly deciding not to let them win.
Yeah, but then I just am stuck in not the credit scene, so...
I might have actually ruined my friend when he's watching of 0080 because he's never watched Gundam before. But it's like I have ingrained in him a deep-seated hatred of space noids, because obviously. So when those filthy Zeon die, he's not really feeling sad. He's like,
I
good,
mean,
take that, space Nazis.
Listen, listen, there are good space noids, and they're all from fucking Space, New Jersey. You know, Judo and them.
Yeah,
That's
I can't
right.
figure what you're talking about.
They're fighting tough considering they just lost their
They're the good space noids. Just don't get someone from Jupiter though. Let's not colonize Jupiter. We've come to Train and I realize this. Don't colonize Jupiter.
Isn't Tobias from Jupiter?
He might
I
actually.
don't remember. I know obviously he hangs around Jupiter, but... Man,
But,
you think Jupiter sucks in B, wait till you see what happens to it in T. You don't even know
more.
you don't even know what's underneath that gaseous cloud of whatever it is that Jupiter's made up of.
Maybe we should just blow up Jupiter.
That might not be such a good idea, especially in T, would it? So
No, probably not.
because there is that thing that lives in Jupiter.
Maybe that's why everyone becomes a douchebag if they're from Jupiter.
It does actually explain a lot of things if the power is something if the power is in multiple different things.
So I mean, Shirako is from Jupiter, and he's a fucking lunatic.
No, I don't think Shirako ever got the power.
You know, it's a damn shame Jared is actually a decent character, but all they ever do is give him terrible mobile suits.
Yeah, well, these things happen.
No, Toby is from Earth.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if he was...
No, all the antagonists are from Jupiter, though.
Yeah. Well, I knew obviously Crux Dogatai was. And Bernadette, obviously, and... Is,
You know, all those crazy people.
is Cecily from Jupiter? No, she's not.
No, she's from a colony.
Yeah, she's from the colony, right?
She's a space noid, though, so...
Fucking space noise, man. That's why I have to laugh when you get to that point in T where it's like, oh, we're finally going to broker peace between the Federation and the space nodes, and I'm like, do we have
Give
to?
him 5
though?
minutes, the space noids will start attacking again.
Do we have to? We're going to stop space node oppression. It's like, we not though. We just press them harder. Look, it's space nodes. No one cares. Should just let those colonies get nuked. Is all I'm saying.
God Damn it. I'm just kicking a spaceship. Leave me alone.
Oh. But
Because
yeah,
I'm piloting a stolen Federation unit.
Something isn't right.
The gun cannon.
how far into V are you now?
V, I haven't gotten to play since I last talked, so I still just finished the mission where I get the Mazinger Zero, the Getter Emperor G, not Getter Emperor, Mazing Emperor G, the transformation for Shinji and all that shit.
Yeah.
And you know, the revelation of all the god entities being like, haha! Thank you! Time to break things!
I think you've not even met Black Noir yet.
No.
Yeah. Or Embryo. I mean, you've only briefly met Embryo. Fucking Embryo, man.
I look forward to when the characters start reacting the way I do to when they see Embryo.
That's actually not going to be too much longer. I think
Where
after
it's just
the
like,
first time-
again!
I was like,
yeah,
oh god, Embryo, go away. We have more
Yeah.
important things to deal with.
Literally no one ever takes him actually seriously in Super Robot Wars. Or at least the one who... At least... If they do an X, maybe.
No, they don't. I've seen clips from X. They don't take him any more seriously in
I was
X.
gonna say, considering the characters that are in X, I kind of doubt it. And he's and Cross Angel's in it too, so...
I do like, how ridiculous the, how ridiculously powerful the Mazinger Z is in this fucking game. When you really think about it.
I mean, yeah, you can enjoy the Zero because because the Mazinger Z in he is
T is not nearly as good.
yeah. It basically gets like one really good attack, but it's like
And I've seen the great got even more shafted.
yeah. Well, that's because Infinity has like one battle scene, and or like two or one like actual proper battle scene, and then kind of it. Like Infinity, it's the weird thing is even
Huh.
like
Hello. Hello.
He did.
Okay.
Devil May
Okay.
Cry is like this big sort of
You
pretend-
train. You died completely.
Ah! He's gone.
Is that better?
He's
We'll
back.
find out. But yeah, we heard like none of what you were trying to say.
Yeah, you just like, oh, and you know what the thing is, and then like just dead silence for
Well, like
15 seconds.
Mazinger Infinity has like one major battle scene because most of the movie is like about Koji being an old man and not being able to like marry his girlfriend because I don't know.
Because it's all over once they get married.
Yeah, somehow for some reason.
Then he has to go and like work in an office building for like 18 hours a day. And she just sits at home watching soap operas. They're not allowed to, do stuff.
Yeah, they can't be married
that's how Japan
and
works.
have a life, I guess. So,
That's impossible.
but because Infinity came out with this like weird Go Nagai revamp they tried to do with like Devilman Crybaby, which is just like a straight up adaptation of the manga, with very little difference.
So why'd they go fucking crazy with a Mazinger and make it
I don't know.
that?
Probably because Mazinger's just had a lot more straight up adaptation than Devilman has. I mean, Devilman's what had his original anime, which was not a full adapted manga. Then they had the OVA, which was also just like a side story to the manga. And then that's kind of it. I mean, hell, even Violence Jack never got animated, did it?
No.
I don't think most of his stuff got animated.
Probably not.
Hey, I got a new type rank again. All I had to do was pilot a Federation suit.
1 second.
I like how I only managed to get 2 Federation units from the Zeon playthrough. One of them is a gun cannon, which is pretty good, and the other one's a ball.
Sorry about that. But
Here's
yeah,
your ball!
But yeah, it was like, and then I know they did Cutie Honey Universe, but everyone told me it was awful not to watch.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad.
It was.
Oh,
It's
no.
like they lost. It's like they lost interest in it after like one episode.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then no.
No, never mind.
We're done. We're tired of this.
So it was a weird like attempt to revitalize all of going.
And also the theme song they made for it sucked.
Yeah, I think I find it odd how it's like the one.
Which
time...
is weird because Cutie Honey has such a bop of a theme song.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
they're like,
find
no,
it.
let's
weird,
do this other song instead.
which ended incredibly well. But yeah, so I don't know what the idea behind the big Go Nagai revival was, especially when Mazinger Infinity. Also, I don't know, the mecha designs of Infinity is not great.
Where they just kind of
either.
added lines to them.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what that is with like modern mechs just adding random details to shit where they don't need it.
It makes
It's
it look
something that
less. It makes it look less like a drawing and more like a real machine.
I just think it looks busy.
and it just makes it look.
Because my car doesn't have random lines on it.
But,
Well, you need to get a better car then.
Car's
It's
only
like
like 4
panels
years
and-
old.
It's like panels and like. I don't know what they put on cars to make it cool.
just stop talking.
A spoiler, maybe.
I can feel Train's brain slowly receding.
I'm just sat here like, wow, I'm amazed he didn't just go for a Mega 6LR reference and call it a day.
He should have. Fucking should have.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Ugh.
And
Well, you see, chicks dig giant robots. I would pay money for Megas XLR to be in the Super Robot Wars.
well,
It'd be fucking hilarious.
depends on if this whole thing of Warner Brothers owning the rights is legit or not.
Yeah,
So,
but it'd be fucking great. More so just to see people's the other characters' reactions to him
I mean,
than anything else.
eh,
I mean, his best friend would be Boss. Just gonna say.
eh,
Well, Coop's best friend.
I was gonna say I don't think.
Because Coop is basically if you gave Boss an actual robot that could do something.
Nah, Boss is like. Nah, Coop's nowhere near as much of a fun as Boss is. Remember, Boss is a bully until like later stuff.
No, I mean in terms of piloting, not that.
Hmm. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
It'll never happen. I know.
yeah.
I know it'll never happen, but I can still dream
I
because
think
it'd just be fun.
I would still say getting like Mike Guy in was like the miracle. Was the miracle like?
Well, so was Ray Earth. Ray Earth was one that was like on the never getting in list.
Was it though? Because I mean I don't know why Rayup was like held back on for so long. Because like the only reason Mike Guy was held back on was because Bandai and Takara hate each other.
Right.
That's why we'll never get Transformers.
Apparently, Ray Earth needed special permission from Clamp or something.
It worked with Clamp before. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's fucking Code. Well, sort of Code Geass. Sort of.
No, they don't own Code Geass.
Yeah,
they
they
just
only
made the
did the
designs.
Which is why they're all string people.
And it is from that era too, where they made those really pointed chins. I think Seed is the one that kind of got that popular.
Did Geass come out before Siege?
No, it came out like a while later.
Fair.
Because like Scryed had that kind of art style too.
It was the same
That
designer.
weird. Wait, that did wait, Scryed same designer for what now?
Scryed and Seed had the same designer.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Yeah, that explains a lot. For whatever reason, that style was just really popular, like in like the early mid 2000s, and it was just terrible, but it was everywhere. The last one to do it, I think, was like Sailor Moon Crystal before they did the Blu-ray version of it, where they made them no longer look like upside down avocado heads.
Ah, yes. It's the new thing now. Produce a shitty looking anime and fix it for the Blu-ray.
Well, that started that trend.
Or
Funny
your,
enough.
or your Persona 5 and you don't even bother.
Oh yeah, Persona 5, and you still say, okay, not $300.
Also, it's still not even finished.
Yeah, like we don't
Oh
care.
yeah. Because they never did the finale.
I
No,
suspect that
they did the finale in like 3 separate OVAs.
Well, the
Because-
final one hadn't even come out yet, though.
Yeah,
Still?
the final OVA isn't out.
I thought it came out already. The last one.
Just double check, because maybe we're wrong.
Pretty sure. I know. I'm pretty sure it came out because they specifically were like, "Oh yeah," and we just didn't bother with the upgrading the party members' personas this time because who cares?
Oh god, so many gun cannons.
Is it like the Gelgoogs now? Gun cannons?
No, because I'm able to avoid these things so much easier.
Yes,
Things
it
that
did
will
come-
haunt you in the final stage.
They shot me down, but unfortunately, all they did was upgrade me. I'm no longer piloting again. Now I am the Gelgoog!
I guess it did come out. Well, still looks like shite.
Oh,
Yeah,
I still
wasn't
failed the
very
mission
good.
because one of my allies doesn't know how to dodge shots and died.
Man, I like
Oh.
how if you want to get I like how if you're like on PlayStation on the PSN store, because I was like looking through the deals yesterday and I saw, oh, you can buy Persona 5 Royal for full price. You know, that makes sense. You can buy Persona 5 also for full price. It's like, fuck off. Like, why would
Unless you want to just get a physical copy, then you can get it for significantly cheaper than
Oh
that.
yeah, but it's like it's still just the why would you put like the both games at the same price? It's like, well, there's no, then you might as well half the price on the OG version, because that might inspire people to think, well, maybe I'll just buy this and see if I like it and then get the other one.
It's probably because once in a while they have like a sale where like the original version is like 80% off,
I have no idea.
which they'll never do with Royal for a while now.
Nah, not when they can milk it. The real question is when we're going to get Persona 5 Royal, the anime,
I mean, it's gonna happen.
coming.
Oh, it's
probably
gonna happen.
They'll probably just make
It'll
one
be
more.
worse.
They'll probably just make one more OVA. And that's it.
And it'll be worse. Just like Persona 4 Gold and the OVA
Persona 4
anime.
Golden's anime was so bad because it was just like, hey, let's just show the new stuff like out of context and rush through everything else. Also, let's put all the focus on Marie because that's back when they were convinced she was going to be a popular character.
Right. Every now and then you'll see what I like to refer to as a Marie apologist, but they're not that common. They're a little more common these days, but they weren't that common back in the day.
It's just people nostalgic for Persona 4 Golden.
And people who have played Persona 4 Golden now for the first time
Yeah.
and didn't play the original one, and for some reason are okay with Marie just ruining the plot.
People are assholes.
Eh,
What
just
can-
like Marie.
What can you do?
Marie is the Asuka persona.
It's not our fault you're
Well,
like
Asuka from Ava, I should mean.
I mean, at least Asuka was enforced. She was like in there from the start. She wasn't just bolted on in the last minute.
Yeah.
Actually, Asuka doesn't show up until like episode 8.
Which is still like, when I say in the start, I mean she was intended from design onwards to be
Right.
like, a core.
I mean, the
yeah.
closest thing, I guess the closest thing to that would be like Mari, but Mari, does she do anything that's really
I mean, she goes
detrimental?
berserk.
That's about all I know
Feels
about her.
bad.
No,
She
she's
goes there.
actually kind of cool as far
Like
as
I've heard good things about her, like so I don't really.
It's pretty
because
exciting.
she basically just shows up when it's time for a cool action scene and otherwise stays out of the way.
That's fine. That's better than Marie hijacking plot points. And the party members pretending, and the other party members pretending like they've always known her. That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah, it's that girl we
it's
hang
so,
out with off screen.
It's so poochy. Like it like just feels like a poochy thing, you know?
And whenever Marie is at top screen, all the characters should be asking, "Where's Marie?"
Where is Marie? It really feels like Marie really is poochy.
My friend said that or did that bit with Char, and I was like, you joke, but that's kind of is just what Char is in Gundam. Whenever Char's not on screen, people are just asking, "Where's Char?"
Didn't he like disappear for like 20 episodes in the first show
Yeah,
with like nobody caring or wondering where he went?
I feel like Armor is pretty fun. Man, I wonder where that red guy went.
Yeah, I was just thinking the scene from Zeta where Char himself is like, now propose for a second that I'm Char.
Hypothetically speaking, if I was Char, what would you say? Duh.
Even a supreme commander can't get away with
Wait a minute, you're Char?
I've never betrayed anyone in my life.
I mean, technically, yes, because he was never on their side to begin with.
What about that one guy where they were like really good friends? He was like, "Hey, I need you to go onto this spaceship for me." Why? No reason. Also, dress like me. Why? No reason.
He was never on that guy's side.
That never works. It's like, oh, it's like it doesn't count as betrayal if you're just never on anyone's side and intend to screw everyone else over in the world except you. And like, no, you're still kind of a treacherous jerk who needs to die.
Well, how does betrayal work then? If you're never on, if that's not what it is, where you pretend to be on someone's side and surprise you're not.
Betrayal is supposed to be when like you're actually like on someone's side and then you get slowly convinced to decide to like, you know what? No, I changed my mind. You know,
I mean,
like
that's also
like Hathaway with that one thought.
I was thinking back to the Bible actually, but okay.
I was gonna say.
I wanted to keep it Gundam related.
To be fair, Hathaway never like actually joined Neo Zeon. He just killed Chan.
Yeah, he just killed Chan because he was like, I hate all of you.
Well, Hathaway's Flash.
I mean, he hasn't joined Zeon either.
He's just
he's like we'll make our own terrorist group with blackjack and hookers.
He's just busy fighting his own fight. He's just busy manning his own terrorist organization to fight another terrorist organization. And then he gets executed.
And then eventually gets executed.
Yeah. And then he dies.
He dies the way he lived, pathetically.
I still say Katz is worse than Hathaway.
Well, it's like there's the
which one's Katz again?
Katz is the one who pilots the support unit that combines with this Gundam Mark II to become the Super Gundam.
I forgot all about him.
You know what? You're better off forgetting about him.
You're better off forgetting about him.
He's not worth remembering.
He dies by just like crashing into an asteroid, during the finale of Zeta. Like nobody even kills him. He's just like ah.
He is also 100% to blame for like why for the AU not being able to unite with Haman to fight off Shirako. And
oh, him! Yeah.
He deserved this. He's the reason all those characters die.
Like, hey, maybe we could have had Haman not be a complete psychopath now.
I mean, she was perfectly willing to just say, hey, why don't we just team up long enough to beat the fuck out of the Titans, who we both hate? And Charles was like, you know what, this is an agreeable this is agreeable. I also dislike Shirako. And then Katz is like, no, but you can't work with her. She's one of those space noids. Then Charles like, damn, you're right, she is a space noid.
And then Char realized, wait, I am the space noise.
No. Then they have the Grips colony, and then while he's floating in space, he's like, "Oh, I'm a space noid. I forgot." Man, fuck.
Time to drop Axis on the planet. Just give me a few months. Double Zeta has to happen first.
I mean, that's just how long it takes for people to find him.
I mean, to be fair, originally he was going to be like a major antagonist in ZZ before Counterattack got greenlit.
I was gonna say, then they got the green light too.
So just think, at some point, in some parallel universe, Judo is the one that kills Char.
I was gonna say, it would have been anticlimactic there, because Judo would he'd be like the one guy who never met him and has no idea why he should care.
Yeah. That's Char. Who?
He'd just be like another random jackass to him.
It's like, that's Char, though. Who? As he's like putting the fucking high beam cannon through his cockpit.
He'd basically be just another Machine. Oh, Glemmy. Remember Glemmy Toto?
Unfortunate.
I wish I didn't.
It was the entire reason Judo is even involved in Double Zeta.
Yeah.
That fucker kidnaps his kid sister.
Just think, if you didn't kidnap him, literally the strongest new type to ever live wouldn't have gotten a hold of a fucking...
I think Tobiah might actually be strong.
Oh, yeah. But Tobiah is like decades later.
In fact, Benaja might even be stronger, I'm not sure. It's hard to know, just because Unicorn's weird.
Yeah. I
mean, Benaja cheats because he's piloting like something that is nothing but Psycho Frame.
Yeah.
It's true.
The entirety of... Where's the Psycho Frame? This is the Psycho Frame.
The whole suit is Psycho Frame. There's even a mode where like everything shifts to the side so you can see the Psycho Frame. And that makes it better.
I mean, Does pretty well, I'm not gonna lie.
And I won't lie, I think the unicorn is a pretty cool looking robot.
Can't fold it. It looks nice.
And I do like the dumb gimmick of it transforming.
I like using it for it transforms.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely like when it comes to like the modern mobile suit designs, it's definitely one of my favorites. I really like it.
Yeah.
Like it's simple, but like it has like a striking like mechanic to it. It's good. It's not like over designed. It's just right.
It's funny because it's named after a unicorn, and unicorns are silly.
It's true.
And
And apparently they're also psychopaths. Ow, ow! Why are you pushing me?
I mean, I can believe it.
Roll my magic horn.
Alright, say though, did fucking that first episode of Star Trek Lower Decks come out yet?
It did, but I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. I just wondered
Yeah.
because, like,
I don't think I want to.
I'm not going to.
Jesus, I'm about to die, and I still gotta shoot down at least one more
I don't
Federation
think Kira
unit.
can hear you in space, sorry.
Huh?
You said Jesus.
Kira,
Kira can't hear you.
of course he can
Well,
hear you in space. He's a not new type.
It's true. He's a coordinator.
No, he's a coordinator and he's a not new type.
Yeah,
They're
Ah.
two separate.
He's
They're two
both
separate
of them.
things, and he's both of them.
because he's Jesus.
Because he's so... Oh yeah, my friend. Actually, I remind me, my friend did finish Destiny.
Poor bastard.
And yeah, he hated it.
Everyone
But his favorite thing was that the fact that by the end of the series, they make sure even the characters who are the least offensive, they make sure to make them also fucking the worst.
Yeah, you wanna know what you should...
Because like there's a point where he's like, you know what, Luna Marie is pretty okay, and then like it's towards the end, and like he's just like, God fucking really?
You know what? You really want to piss him off. You should tell him about that interview.
Which one?
The one where Fukado was like, by the way, Durandal was right all along.
You know what? I will send him a message later.
That's what he says, but then he's like, Durano was right all along. Also, Durano really did just try and kill everyone who wouldn't, follow his crazy plan. Also, Shin was kind of a jerk. It's like by the end of it, there's like, so apparently nobody in this show is good. Actually, that would almost.
I like
make sense.
He also like made comments on the fact he's like, yeah, I like how they introduce Shin and then he just does nothing, and they make him antagonistic anytime Kira's on screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I explained to him the whole thing that you told me about how in Japan with the ratings with Kira,
Yeah, I mean,
and that they were using it to their advantage. Like, why do they keep? Because he was like, why do they just keep showing like a frame of Kira? And I explained it to him, and he's just like, fucking really?
yeah.
Yes, I saw he wrote. He's like, it's funny how they keep showing Kira like we're supposed to anticipate his great return, and I want nothing to do with him. And I'm like, buddy, you're not even close to the right audience here, pal.
But he finished that. Now he's watching Double O.
Oh well, he will probably be tricked by season 1, as we all were.
Yeah,
And then
because he's already like, wow, an opening by Larkin Seal. This is gonna be. He's already kind of like excited for it, and I'm like, the best I could say is like, I'm saying like, well, I like it more than Seed. It's not a high bar though. It's a very low bar.
Yeah, he's probably not.
I'd rather watch Charge Man 10.
I have a feeling he's not gonna like it.
No, probably not.
no, I'll tell you what will happen. He will like season 1 because season 1 is basically Gundam Wing. It's like
Yeah.
truncated Gundam Wing. It has all of the trappings of being Gundam Wing, and then season 2.
Yeah, he enjoyed Gundam Wing. So he'll probably like season 1. I really want. I was so tempted just to type to him the words "space flower."
No, I don't. Take that when he gets to the movie. Like, man, remember the fucking wedding sequence in Double O, Sabo?
Ah, yes.
Which
Good times.
becomes incredibly important because it sets up one character's entire, like, burning hatred. Remember how they made it so particles were literally evil and infected you? because that's the explanation for why Louise just goes fucking mental. It's not because her entire family was killed by a Gundam. Oh no, it's because the particles drove her crazy. But then the good
Oh, thank God, it was
particles,
just particles.
then the good particles permeated her body, and then she was okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't
And
think it
also-
was as much the particles were evil as the particles gave her like brain damage because they were radioactive.
Oh, whatever. It's still like evil particles. It's still particles that just do evil things, and particles
but
that do
it's
good
like-
things.
It's like the red particles aren't clean, so you know
Gotta have the green ones.
makes things toxic. Well, because in the show they're like so at this point in the future we can easily just like regenerate any missing limb or body part, but not your hand, because those damn radioactive particles ruined your genetic template.
But then Setsuna fills her with good particles.
Yes, but then she still has to get a robo arm.
Which is also his love.
I mean, I was trying to be a bit
Because
subtle
because he's just full of love.
he's
he loves
so
everyone.
full of love.
That was another thing I almost typed at him. Was just remember Setsuna is full of love.
No, gotta wait till the movie for that one. That's when they drop it. You gotta wait for the bomb.
I gotta wait till he starts watching the film. Or it's like, alright, I'm gonna go watch the film. Full of love! Space flowers!
Yeah. And
And then he's gonna see my absolute favorite Gundam design, the Raphael. I love that design so much.
to be
Hate
fair,
it, destroy it.
Raphael is a joke. As are all of Tierra's like mobile suits really. They don't exist to actually do anything because Tierra doesn't do anything. Like
They exist to have a it's like the cheapest form of Gundam. It's like, what do you? I have a big gun and a shield.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's like the other ones, they do their own thing. It's like Exy is like the height, melee one, and fuck, I can never remember what any of lock-ons are called. Man, he's gonna be pissed when the lock-on thing happens.
Oh, when you get lock-on too?
When you get lock-on and then lock-on as well. Then after lock-on dies, you get lock-on as well.
You seem familiar.
His twin brother.
Lock-on.
To be fair, lock-on is a code name, but
And look at my mobile suit. It's the same. I have the same skill set. Isn't that convenient?
sort of. They try and at one point pretend that he's not as good a sniper as his brother, but it's all a ruse. He was
Like,
a
oh,
good-
surprise! I can snipe. Haha.
I am a good sniper.
But he's not. Although I think they point out at the end. They're like, yeah, but he's not. It's like by a certain like minute percentage, he's not quite as good as his brother.
Yeah, he's only.
Yeah, but his brother's dead,
Yeah.
so.
His brother
That's
died.
why, like-
to-
Well,
Not-
that's why his Gundam in the movie is more about like
That's why he has like
mass
4
target
haros.
shooting and yeah, and four haros and like crazy targeting instead of just like sniping. It's like, oh no. He puts up shields and then he reflects the shots around them because why not?
The way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah. So originally I was trying to get him to, instead of going right into Double O, I was trying to convince him to watch Zoid, which he's interested in. But he ended up going immediately into Double O.
and, I mean, I can tell you this, that I can think of a number of characters he'll like. Like, what's his fucking name?
He tends to like a lot of characters that I like
No,
a good bit.
Dave, what's that guy's name? What's the guy's name? The guy who's basically Gingham and Gowron from Full Metal Panic. Can't remember. Ali Al
In
Sanchez?
Double
or
O?
something?
Oh, Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ali
Yeah,
Al Sanchez.
he'll like Ali Al Sanchez. Because he's basically if Gingham and Sigaron had a baby.
Because he kills everyone.
Yeah, he just fucking enjoys it.
It's
There's no like grand plan
like,
to Ali Al. There's
He's
literally
like,
no
what's your
grand
plan?
plan.
I just like killing people.
I just love murder.
I love murder!
And it's like even has exactly the same backstory as like Gowron and Sosuke have, because he was like a soldier who trained up like child soldier Setsuna.
Except he didn't have a weird pedo crush on him.
Yeah, he didn't become like hard gay for him like Gowron becomes hard gay for Sosuke.
In fact, his only response in the end is basically like, "Oh,
All right,
One
it's
of those
you.
one of those expendable kids I expected all to die horribly survived. Meh. Still got more murdering to do."
Yeah. And there's one time where he
Whereas Gowron was like, "Oh my God, Kashim, I need to get into your pants.
he,
I
like,
need to get into your pants while you're killing me
there's this
because
great,
that's the
like-
truest love."
Remember when Alias Sanchez beats that one reporter and he like drives her home and he gives her a full interview where he explains the plan of the villains and himself and everything else, and she's like, "Why would you tell me this?" "Oh, because I'm just gonna kill you." And then he does.
Yeah, he does. Well, he does, and then he goes to his boss, and he's like, "Hey, I did you a big favor by killing this one reporter that was gonna find out our whole plan." Oh, how'd you know that? Oh, I told her. Wait, what? And then he kills his boss. It's like, what is this? He just
Likes
he's
murder.
also,
I love murder.
basically, it's like, it's like he has this whole mercenary company. He leaves them all to die. It's like he starts working for this one guy. He tells his whole plan to this reporter, so his excuse to kill her. Then he kills that one guy. Then he goes and takes a Gundam and just starts blowing shit up. It's like, okay, murder is fun.
I love to eat children.
Literally, he's just like. I think at one point Stone was like, for a mercenary, you're terrible at this. All you're doing is like causing mass destruction. I'm not making any money. I was like, nah, I don't care about the money. I just like murder.
I just love killing. Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Yeah. As I said,
Gosh.
he's basically if Gingham was a little bit more murderous. Yeah, everyone.
Again, why are you helping two crazy gods? I love murder.
Everyone loves Elio Sanchez. Mostly. He'll probably also like Soma until her past gets revealed.
Oh yeah, until she's like, oh, hallelujah.
And then she's like, oh right, I have a boyfriend. Time to stop doing things.
Time to be nice.
Sorry, adopted dad. And I guess she does try and kill her adopted brother. Yeah, these things happen.
I like how like they spared him because like they were trying to teach him a moral lesson, but since the audience hated him so much, they just decided to kill him in the movie anyway.
Yeah. Same with fucking
Alright,
Graham. Graham goes for all that and fucking lives and comes back from being stupid Mr. Bushido. God, Mr. Bushido.
And then he survived in the movie too, in like one of the manga sequels. Like, actually, Graham survived. How?
Really?
Ellis saved him.
He looked pretty dead.
Ellis can fix anyone.
His entire mobile suit got obliterated by the Ellis.
The Ellis can fix anyone.
Fucking Ellis. And
he gets the Exia, and he gives it a samurai sword, and he's like, "This is the greatest day of my life."
They're weirder than new types. They're just like
innovators.
What? Well, no. And oh god, it's gonna get real bad when he gets to the fucking quantum brainwave shit. Every time they just talk about anything, it's like, my quantum brainwaves. Like, fuck's sake. But yeah, 00 Season 1 will trick him into thinking it's good.
What's the difference between quantum brainwaves and being a new type? Well, with a new type you get the little flash thing. With quantum brainwaves you get yellow eyes.
Yeah. Also, quantum brainwaves let you walk through space.
Yes.
Which is not nearly as useful as you think.
Also, you can just give people quantum brainwaves through drugs somehow.
Yeah. Thanks, quantum brainwaves.
Like Louise.
Yeah. And Hallelujah. Or Hallelujah.
I thought you just had them.
I don't know. They're very vague about.
All I know is Ribbons gave Louise drugs, which gave her quantum brainwaves. I'm like, oh, just if it's that
God.
easy.
I gave him simple brains.
That's
If it's that easy, why is it such a rare trait? It's like, hey, I slipped this thing into your pain pills that gave you quantum brainwaves. Okay.
God, that's going to be a fucking interesting twist to your friend when they get to when Ribbons turns out to be the main villain. After literally doing nothing the entire first season and just being like this guy who just stands there, so the main villain of the season can go, sure, our evil plan sure is coming to fruition. And he's like, yes, it is.
Oh god, it's like a Ketchy and Cheeto.
Yeah,
it's like, why are we having this conversation? Because somebody has to so we have to explain to the audience our evil plan somehow.
We already know exactly what we're gonna do. Quiet for the audience. Shut up, Ribbons. And then Ribbons becomes the main villain, and he still kind of does nothing until the very end, where he's like, "I'm just gonna blow up the surface of the earth. Fuck you." And now I have a Gundam that turns into a gun cannon. What are you gonna do about that?
Murder.
And then he even gets a Gundam that is literally the RX-78-2, the RX-782 Gundam, because haha, he's voiced by Amuro. That's the joke. That's the joke.
And then he
Nah,
dies. No,
yeah.
he wasn't voiced by Amuro. He was voiced by Shigetsu. No, I don't know, but it was him using like a blatant alias, and to this day he's like, no, I didn't voice Ribbons. This other guy did.
Oh, I was talking about Brad Swale voicing him. Yeah, they do keep that joke in the dub.
Good.
Wait, Brad Swale voiced Ribbons too?
Yeah. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, fuck. He voiced Setsuna. Damn it.
I was
I
gonna say
always
Brad
get that
Swale
mixed
voiced
up.
Setsuna,
No, I always get that
weird.
mixed up.
which is weird when in Dynasty
Dynasty
Warriors
War,
Gundam 2, when Setsuna and Amuro have the exact same voice, and it's like they're clearly not supposed to.
I'm a Gundam.
Yeah,
No.
it's like that one time in Robert Wars where Hero just fucking tells off Hero tells off Setsuna. It's like, no, we can all be Gundam, Setsuna.
Oh yeah, and he just looks so shocked. Like,
He's like, that's
pretty-
genius.
I love too, like how like fucking weird he is. Like even in like V when he shows up, it's like that's a Gundam. You're a Gundam, Chitose. I fucking started laughing when he called Chitose a Gundam.
I mean,
Okay.
Setsuna is weird.
That's kind of her reaction to it. It's like, okay.
Right, okay. I'm just gonna go over here.
It's like, you Gundam weebs.
It gets real awkward in B, especially. Like, uh-oh, that's Hathaway. Can you tell them what happens to him?
Ah!
What happened?
Amuro just sniped me from across the map.
Good job, Amuro.
I was just about to complete the mission too, and then Amuro was like, he's there!
Wait a second.
Like a jittering fucking monster. Just like. And the annoying thing is I have to actually succeed this mission.
I believe in you. Okay, don't do it.
I just can't get over that. Like, Amuro's just chilling, like, fighting Char, and then he looks over and is just like, that guy!
Can we pause
Yeah,
one second?
I'm pretty sure that happens in Char's counterattack. At one
Probably.
point during his duel with Char, he just randomly shoots this one guy, like, flying around in the background.
Yeah, that's me.
He's like, hold on.
Well, we haven't,
1 second, I gotta kill this guy specifically. Why?
it does come off double O. Is it just straight to age after that?
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be weird. It'll be a lot of, man, I've already seen this series like 3 times now, and then, oh hey, the series is actually good, and then age 3 happens.
He actually has this feeling that, like, with Double O, he's like, I kind of had this feeling I'm gonna turn into, like, a full graybeard and turn up my nose to most things post turn A.
Eh. I mean, probably. I mean, it's mostly though because, like, after that point, after turn A is when they kind of just, like, do the, hey, we've already done these Gundam shows, why don't we just repackage them? Like I said,
Right.
like I joke, but Double O is flat out just a repackaged version of Gundam Wing, which admittedly even Gundam Wing was a repackaged version of the UC Gundam. But like,
The most unique Gundam was G.
but Seed is just a full-on retelling of Mobile Suit Gundam.
It was a quote-unquote modernization.
Destiny, I guess Destiny is sort of Zeta, because I mean,
It wanted to be Zeta, but it was like if Zeta didn't commit to Camille being the protagonist.
then yeah, Age is basically just the let's do Mobile Suit Gundam again, and then let's do something different, and then we'll go back and do Double Zeta, but worse. I guess
Double Zeta
Unicorn.
doll.
Unicorn is the exception. That's just that's not a retread of anything, but it is based on a novel. So
Yeah. It's really good, though.
Origin as well.
Well, Origin's also based on a novel.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in the sense that like these are things that are post turn A that are good. Is that Johnny, like the Thunderbolt thing, any good? I've heard good things about it.
I've heard it's pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it, though.
And Iron Blooded Orphans, I get massively conflicting reports on Iron-Blooded Orphan.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I haven't watched Iron Blooded, but I hear some people say it's really good, and other people say it's really bad. Our one mutual friend, Medi, says that people are mostly mad because their favorite characters died.
Well, it's not
Which
just
I
that
could
their
also
favorite
believe.
characters died. It's that at all of a sudden, the story does a complete 180, and it's like, actually, the protagonists are bad, and you should hate them, and you should want this random asshole who appeared out of nowhere to win because the writer likes him better.
See, I don't know because I haven't fucking seen the show.
I mean, the people that liked it are the ones that never liked the main character from the start. So, like, watching them, not have the greatest ending, is they're like, oh man, this is awesome. I always wanted to watch those little upstarts get murdered. Goddamn teenagers, I'm tired of this. I'm an adult now. I want to see some adults win. Fuck teenage optimism. Basically, yeah.
I like Zack Snyder movies for their deep themes.
Whereas I'm like, if you want to see,
Like their deep themes, like Jesus allegory and Jesus allegory, and oh, by the way, another Jesus allegory.
Whereas I'm just like, if you want to see some rich middle-aged asshole with infinite resources beat the fuck out of a bunch of poor kids, why don't you just turn on the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At which point they're
Or
like,
watch Bat.
yeah, and then it never ends well. It's usually like, I'm pretty sure it's just people that are just like burnt out on this in general, so they're like, yay.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, so like Train and I literally have no opinion.
One day.
One day we'll watch it. One
I mean,
day.
it's on my Netflix, so I could just sit down and start watching it at any point, but I'm also incredibly lazy.
I'm also more interested in watching and rewatching other things.
Like, I discovered that someone uploaded Shingeki Robo Armageddon to YouTube subs, so I'm happy for like if you get it for like an hour, a couple hours.
I really wish they'd re-release the DVD at some point.
Then they released
Never.
a Blu-ray of it.
A while ago, and now it's ridiculously expensive because it was a limited run.
Yeah. Who even owns the rights, the distribution rights to Shingeki in the West?
No idea.
I might.
One of these days, I want to own it. I really just want to have it on my shelf. I love Get a Robo again. It's probably like my favorite one. I'm not sure I'm not sure how I feel about the remake though. I don't know why they add that like Gundam stuff with that extra season. It was weird.
I guess that is partially my fault that they said that because I have been trying.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
No.
I mean you were right even when you were saying it. Even like when you said the 90%, I knew what the next 10% was.
Well, it's more so that's because I've been trying to get people to watch Shingeki Armageddon after I discovered the whole series is on YouTube, and I can just stealthily link people to that, and it's like.
I mean, honestly, I've been trying to get people that are into Gurren Lagann into Getter.
Yeah, I kind of just my opening bid is, hey, you like Gurren Lagann, right? How would you like to the series that borrowed took ideas from? And that's not even.
I usually say inspired, so that way I don't piss them
No,
off.
I'm saying that's not even me being sarcastic. That's they did that intentionally. Go what? I can be civil, and also.
I usually just say inspired.
I am mostly saying this to people like my friend group who like Code Geass they explained that the reason they like Code Geass and I don't like it is because I'm approaching it from a mecha fan perspective, which is the most condescending thing someone's ever said.
You see, the reason I don't like Gurren Lagann is because not Gurren Lagann, Code Geass, because I approached it from a person who likes decent storytelling.
I mean, I approach it from a guy who at least understands how chess works.
I approached it from somebody who just came off of watching Destiny, and I was like, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, you know what? Fair. I get that.
It's like, well, at least it's not See Destiny, I guess.
Basically.
Take anything at this point.
I like to point out that the weekend See Destiny ended. I was literally just like, maybe I should just forget this whole thing and just like go play some basketball or something.
It was the crossroads of your life.
Basically, yeah. I was like, I'm about ready to just throw in the towel here because I was like, I'd never seen a bad anime before. I know there were many, but at the time I was still in like super weeb happy, like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Ha ha ha.
I mean, no, I get that. I don't remember what my first bad anime was, but I know what two animes made me stop watching anime for a good several years.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I mentioned in recording. I mentioned a train before. The two animes that made me just leave anime for a while were, I think it's called The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya
Yeah.
Oh god.
and Lucky Star.
Yeah, I get that.
The only good thing about Haruhi Suzumiya is that it burnt itself out with its own like trying to be so cool and trendy.
Yeah.
Eventually, people just
The
got
only thing that
sick
was
of
good
it.
about it is I kind of like the song God Knows, and that's it.
Where they killed itself was what was good about
Yeah.
it.
And now it's coming back.
Yeah. It's not an isekai, so it won't succeed.
It's not going to be as it's never going to be what it once was.
I mean, yeah, isekais are the trend right now.
If it's not an isekai, it might as well not bother.
Though I've noticed more people are starting to get into mecha via watching old shit, so who knows? Maybe we'll see giant robots again.
Maybe
One
it'll make a
day.
reconnaissance. A renaissance or whatever that is.
Like how it's just getting further and further away.
He's just running away.
I know it's something to do with an R resurgence.
The only one of those isekai shows that I kind of like is Konosuba because it's funny,
I mean, yeah.
and it also feels very much like a D&D game gone
It isn't
wrong.
Konosuba just a parody of isekais,
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
it's also basically like a D&D game
like
gone
Raya.
wrong, and it's fucking
Don't
great.
you like Raya, though?
Yes.
That's an isekai, isn't it?
Well, I'm talking about like modern
Oh,
shit, not like
okay.
like a modern shit. But yeah, Ray Earth I do like, and Ray Earth is 100% an isekai.
Man.
And it like, even kind of lampshades it a bit, where the one girl at first thinks they're literally in a video game, and like suggests the idea of leveling up before trying to deal with something again by grinding on little monsters.
I mean,
Ray Earth was fun.
Yeah.
Stupid.
maybe one day I'll go and watch Raya, but I kind of already had like the entire plot told to me via Super Robot Wars T. I'm sat there like, yeah, I just don't think Zagato will ever really be like well threat to me after I've seen him get like punched into after I've seen him get like hit by a giant fuck-up hammer.
No, that's fair.
Like after he's been hammer held and hammer heaven, it's like, what's even the point, man?
Listen, I'm just happy that I'm going to be able to use the entire Shuffle Alliance.
I mean, the best thing about the Shuffle Alliance is to use their big combined attack. You don't need any. You only need the domain. You just stuff the rest of them back in that battleship. Probably with T. T has like way too many units that are actually like good and I wanted to use. So
I mean, I'm fine. Like, basically, it'll just mean I'll trade off units that I want to use because I know I want to use the Gunbuster because it's the fucking Gunbuster and I love
it's
it.
also like one of the best units.
I'm not
Anything
surprised.
that-
I do like though what they did for its moves, where it used some like the concept ideas that they weren't able to do because they just didn't have the money.
Oh, the home run.
Like where it's got the fucking, where it has like the fucking dual like two-sided axes it'll whip out and shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Because that was apparently like something that they had as a concept for it, but
I mean,
because of budget, they just couldn't
they
do
added
it.
it. It's all because like there's only it's like as I said, you get in Super Robot Wars, you get like when you get unit like series that are basically one unit, they tend to just go overboard and give them a lot of attack or something to justify because you only get one unit, might as well make it count.
Right.
Which is why like Yamato is like probably one of the best battleships the series has ever had.
Yeah, because you're saying like yeah, the Yamato is like one of the best. I think like before you said like Nadesco was usually the best one.
Yeah, well, because Nadesco has like barrier shielding, and barrier shielding is great because that massively reduces damage, and it has a huge has a huge fuck off map attack, which hits multiple enemies, and it just has like multiple pilots, so it gets like lots of things. So it's just a good battleship. The Yamato has everything Nadesco has, but then also has a fuckload more attacks in it.
And the attacks hit harder too.
Yeah, and then you get the wave motion gun, which is basically the best single attack in Super Robot Wars V. You only get to use it for like few stages, really. But it will if you build it right, I'm pretty sure Yamato can one-shot final boss with wave motion gun. With
Probably.
with systems with things like analyze and valor, soul, love, bravery, etc. up.
And if it doesn't, you can just have like Chitose walk up and shin kick it and kill it real quick.
So Yamato is like probably the best battleship. I even might say it's probably. And Sebo can disagree with it. It might even be the best battleship they've ever had. for just the sheer amount of what it can do. And bearing in mind, V is also a game where you get like 5 battleships.
By the way, yeah, I know I'm going over because we're pretty close to the end of the game, so I'm trying to complete the game.
Are you
no,
still
Saber.
struggling against that one guy?
Oh no, I beat that a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah, Saber, you.
Otherwise, I mean, Sabo, you have to remember, you usually get like a when that
Oh no,
happens.
Saber, do you think is there any battleship you can think of that's better than Yamato or Super Robot Wars?
Switching to hand-to-hand
Not really.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, disregarding like stuff
Yeah.
like Nadesco and disregarding like Nadesco and J, where the game mechanics and AI basically just all suicided to it with no chance of ever beating it.
Yeah. So basically, there was a thing with J specifically, and then I think they fixed it in K. I think they fixed it in K and W. Is that with J, enemies had were programmed to go after targets that couldn't were less likely to dodge them. So that's why Tekken Man Blade was fucking amazing, because nobody would attack him because he had such high evasion that the AI was like, well, we can't hit. We're less likely to hit him. We just hit the Mazinger or Mazin Kaiser. And it's not taking into account that the Mazin Kaiser won't take much damage from that. I will probably kill them in that one shot. And same with the
Yeah, look at them and be like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Same with Nadesco. So you just have a point where they would just fight, where the AI was just throwing endless amounts of units into your big heavy hitters that will just tank damage anyway, and just they rack up kills and stuff. And also in that game, I know it's a thing in V and T, but Nadesco has a thing where it automatically regens the energy of Estevalis units, but it's more important than J because the Estevalis are better. Unless you're doing it for personal reasons, there's not a whole lot of reason to ever deploy the Super Estevalis if you don't have the choice.
Oh yeah, I don't honestly after a point. I still use the Estevalis custom, but the super I used one more time when I had to,
Yeah.
and that was about
Even
it.
the custom is kind of. It peaks when you get Hikaru and Izumi to do the combo attack, and then it's yeah, you don't need this anymore. Yeah, it's.
I still use it as a high evasion, decent damage thing. I usually use it to help clean up some of the rabble.
But yeah, so Yamato is. That's all to say. Outside of those interactions like that in Jet with AI, Yamato is probably the single best battleship the series ever had. Just because it can do everything. It's kind of the sort of secret. That's why Shingeta is as good. It's not because the unit itself is especially strong comparatively speaking. It's because it has 3 pilots and that's 3 pools of Spirit Commands to utilize. That's why Gunbuster's big upgrade in T is really just giving it a second pilot.
It's just giving it her so she can do the Super Azuna kick and shit.
Yeah, I mean the super.
And her another SP pool.
Yeah, it's just more Spirit Commands to do more shit with, because it's kind of useful. There's honestly also King J. There's one of the surprisingly better units, even though he has limited attacks. But because he has 2 Spirit Commands, or 2 Spirit Command pools, and one of them's has some amazing stuff in it, resupply, which just refills EN on a unit, and considering some of the supers just chew through energy, yeah, you load up in King, you send out King Jada, who can also hit really hard. But yeah,
I mean, we can get more into T when we do that after.
Yeah.
Well, next week when this is over, because I'm planning to end it because I think there's 2 more missions and that's not a video's worth. So I'm going to go over just to finish this game.
or just cut this in half.
A mobile
Who knows?
I mean, we're only 9 minutes over, so
Who knows?
we'll see what happens. We'll see how long it takes me. I'm purposely trying to use some of my bigger mobile suits to try and increase the odds of this all ending sooner.
I might play X. I'm not sure.
I just don't really have an interest because I like Nadia. I do really like Nadia. And
I
I love the Mazin Kaiser, and the Mazin Kaiser's in it, and so is the Getter Emperor G. No, I keep doing that. The Mazin Emperor G.
anytime.
I keep doing it because it technically has Getter Rays in it, so I keep doing
Also,
that.
because there's literally a robot called Getter Emperor and another robot called Getter Robo G.
Yeah.
That's probably also the main reason why. I mean, I don't know. I actually kind of like the look of Zelgard, and also
Which one's Zelda?
that's the main original unit.
That. Oh, okay.
And I also
haven't seen the
like
Zelgard.
Gundam Wing and as well.
I mean, I do like Gundam Wing, so there is that too.
I don't know. I'll see. It would be, and it would be just a game that I would play. But I don't know. We'll get. I'll see what happens. There's other stuff on the horizon, like Trails of Cold Steel 4 is coming out next month.
Finally.
By the way, actually, right now the mission I'm doing is the opposite of the mission I did as the Federation last mission. I'm trying to protect Cassilia from having her ship blown up. Not that it'll matter, because so I guess now I'm preventing the other me, but it won't matter because Char's just gonna roll up in a fucking grappling hook and shoot her in the face with the bazooka anyway.
Yeah, well. These things happen.
That's still one of my favorite just deaths of a character in any piece of fiction, because it's so ridiculous.
I mean, why can't you just like shoot her right there and be like, there we go, timeline's still intact.
Just have me turn around, scream Heil Hydra, and shoot her.
God, when are
Yeah.
they gonna... I'm so honestly amazed that they've managed to hold off on doing like time travel Gundam stuff.
That's probably someone at Bandai is like, write that down.
What are they going to time travel to?
I don't know.
Yes. They could just time I mean, you could just literally do a plot of like somehow the mobile suit ends up in the past.
I know. Maybe they can go back in time and meet Aeolia Schemberg. That was the big. Oh my god! Your friend's gonna be pissed when he finds out about Aeolia Schemberg. That's gonna be hilarious. I forget if I've ever mentioned.
I feel like Double O is gonna feel like a sweep kick to him.
I forget if I've ever mentioned the whole thing with Aeolia Schemberg.
I feel like he's gonna feel like he got sweep kicked by this series.
So basically, the entire reason they have their celestial being and their Gundams, right, is because there was this weirdo super genius guy 100 years ago called Aeolia Schemberg, and he set all of this up. But it then turns out he set all of this up, like the celestial being and the whole anti-war thing, just to create the exact circumstances that would need to an innovator to be born, because he predicted that aliens would appear. Literally, the entire show is all according to Keiaku, of a man who's been dead for hundreds of years.
I look forward to.
Sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. It's actually.
I know you're not. That's why I'm not really giving a big reaction, because I know. But yeah, I got a feeling he's gonna feel like he got sweep kicked by it.
Yeah, probably.
Because it starts off promising, and then
As I said, it starts and season 1 is fine. Even if you even say it's good, it's just season 2 happens.
I wonder if he'll catch on to the implication about aliens early on, or if he'll think it's stupid like everyone else.
I mean, you say implications. It's literally.
There's a thing they keep going. The dialogues to come. The dialogues to come. We need to get the Earth peaceful and have innovators in time for the dialogues to come. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, they must be talking about aliens." And it was like, "There's no aliens in Gundam, you idiots. That's Macross's thing." Surprise.
I mean,
and then suddenly all they heard was Makudos.
I'm not opposed to the L's. It's just more. It's not the concept of the L's that was objected to. It's the resolution.
The worst thing about the LS is that Macross Frontier did something just like that only 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
With the whole hive mind aliens that humanity can't understand because they can't understand the hive mind. So we need special understanding, technical stuff to do it.
Alright, so now I'm on the last mission. I got to destroy the now headless Gundam.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, it's headless.
You say that, but it's also the headless. It's also the Gundam.
heck
The
is
headless
Gundam?
Gundam was it like was he have a pumpkin on top instead?
No, he just, no, he's
You know the,
that would be fucking
the
great.
sad part,
Giant
the-
pumpkin.
you know the sad part, Sabo, is that when he said headless Gundam, I was actually debating calling him Ichabod, but then I thought, no, I don't think people actually get that reference.
But at least we both would. Everyone in this stupid fucking conversation would get it. I already got knocked down to half, so that's good. But to be fair, I'm also using the power of the Char Gelgoog. So at what cost?
Well, it's 3 times faster. You can't possibly hope with that.
I was like, if I'm gonna have to fight the Gundam and finally destroy it, I need to use the the power of the dark side. I need the Gelgoog.
Man, me and Saber were joking about basically, what if you had Star Wars right, but put mechs in it? And we were joking it would just basically make Gundam.
It's just
And
Gundam.
it's just Gundam. And it's like, still think that would be preferable to what we got.
I did it. The Gelgoog has slain the Gundam.
That
That was
easy.
fast.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be a lot harder. He never fucking touched
Well, final
me.
mission over. I guess we won.
Final mission for the Federation: a goddamn nightmare versus an army of Gelgoogs. Final fight for the Zeon. You are the
I
Gelgoog.
thought there'd be a twist, like, you know, I was like, ah, actually, Ideon shows up.
Oh, no. Now they busted out the Gundam Alex as piloted by Amuro, finally.
I mean, I think like people like thought about it. Like if Amuro got the fucking thing, and they're like, yeah, Char would be fucking dead. Char would have just died.
Also, Char would have got an equivalent mobile suit. He'd have probably done better. Although I don't
There's
think
actually
they'd
a
work
game
out-
where, because they completed the Zeon complete with legs, he actually beats Amuro and kills him. I think Giran's Greed it's called. It never got translated. It's like a strategy. It's like a strategy what if game where like
I'm gonna get. You play as Zeon, I take.
Yeah.
you can play as Zeon or you can play as the Federation, and there's like, you know, various alternate endings. But one of them is like, what happens if the Zeon had legs? Well, Char steps on Amuro and kills him, and then Giran wins. And issues in a dictatorship that is still somewhat okay, based on the slides they're showing. It's like, hey, he's like, yes, Giran controls the Earth with an iron fist, but hey, at least they're not warring anymore, and everyone who survived looks relatively happy.
So there's that.
Or they'll die.
Or they'll die, yeah.
Be
basically.
happy or
Be happy
die.
or die.
Hashtag Giran did nothing wrong. I like how when this whole playthrough started, we were like, okay, so we'll be like mega anti-Space Knights in the Federation playthrough, and we'll be like super against the Earth Knights. We just couldn't bring ourselves to do it.
No.
Yeah. We were all set on doing it, and then I think we did it for like one video, like or maybe a half of a
I don't think
video.
we got through half. I feel like we did one joke, and then we're like, oh, that just feels wrong. I'm not doing that anymore. Well,
Yeah.
it's to side with Zeon, it's to side with actual space Nazis.
Yeah. Like it'd be easier if it was Neo Zeon even, which is kind of fucked up to
It'd
say.
be easier if it was the Titans.
I mean, yeah, at least they never said, "Oh, Adolf Hitler," huh? Sounds like a cool guy.
But I don't
That's
know.
like that's like only something that the first Zeon does.
Yeah, honestly, despite Haman's numerous atrocities, she never said, "Man, I'm gonna be like Hitler, man."
Never said this Hitler sounds like a cool dude.
Glemmy probably did though.
Eh, no, I think Glemmy was too busy being a simp. He is a simp.
You're not wrong. Ro, come back. No, Ro.
Ro, it's also for Lena, and even to an extent Haman. This is-
He just really wanted coochie.
Yeah,
He just really wanted some coochie.
pretty much it.
I think the only one he didn't go for was Ellie.
Nothing
As the
even that
sands of
L,
battle
did he?
begin to fade away, the Earth Federation government and the Principality of Zeon
don't know.
I don't remember.
peace treaty
I feel like he
signifying an end
didn't.
to this brutal war.
Maybe that's why he didn't meet her.
And then he dies like a punk bitch.
Good as he deserves.
Yeah. Well, it's like, how does he?
You
how
look
does
me.
he
You
die?
look me in the eye.
He gets shot by a side character while Judo is completely ignoring him.
So he's got more important
I
things to do, like kill more 8-year-olds.
Gotta kill more gotta make more clones of 8-year-olds and kill them.
Yep. Not one can survive. Oh well.
Who will survive?
None of them. You spoil it.
They're not allowed.
They're back.
Only like in Super Robot Wars are Purus allowed to live.
Even then, sometimes not. Sometimes not. Sometimes they decide not to save characters because they're not worth
Yeah.
it. Sometimes
they're
they
like,
just
"Oh,
can't
actually,
be.
they're all dead.
Sometimes they can't even be asked to kill them. It's like guy from the Desco. Like sometimes they're like, yeah, we just not gonna kill him because what's the point? It's not worth killing him.
I know in T, like the Purus and also Haman are all alive.
Sort of. One of the Puru one. You have to go out your way. You have to go out your way to do secret path stuff to unlock to keep her alive. Otherwise, she will just die.
I would like to try and do
Puru
that.
2 and Haman will always live no matter what. And will
I do want to try and keep Puru 1 alive.
Was the thing with T is it puts you is that and that you have to like very specifically know what you're going for because a lot of like the secrets, all especially related to Neo Zeon stuff, relies on like a hidden point system.
Well, yeah, they have that in V
but
as well. Like, I learned about that late, so I missed out on some things.
The thing with T is that they literally have two conflicting point systems because there's two conflicting Neo Zeons. So you basically get a choice of which one. It's possible to do both, but it's difficult.
I'm gonna guess one's for Shar, one's for Haman.
Yeah. So the Shah, and between the two, the Shah one is way better because if you do the Shah one, you get Nightingale.
I was gonna say they would definitely give Shar the better toys, unfortunately.
Nightingale is kind of nuts.
Is that like really souped up looking Sazabi I've seen?
Yeah.
So because they don't I mean New Gundam's a bit whatever, so they give you the High New Gundam, and if they're gonna give you High New Gundam, they have to give Shah the Nightingale because Sazabi can't cut it.
And I'm gonna guess Haman just keeps her Cubile and is sad.
Yeah, well,
Pretty much.
that's what happened.
She's not Shar,
She doesn't
so...
live long. She doesn't live long enough for psycho frames to get developed in canon, so they're hardly gonna go. I mean, they're hardly gonna make like that many original units for canon characters. Like,
Unless you're Shar or Amuro.
well, no, because High New Gundam and Nightingale aren't made by Super Robot Wars. They were pre-existing designs. That they did,
I'm gonna guess they were like in one of the novels.
sort of. So they're like in the novel for CCA, Beltachka's Children, as instead of having New Gundam and Sazabi, they just go straight to High New Gundam and Nightingale. And then there've been like multiple like renditions of them in various like books and model kits. So
I mean, I've seen the High New Gundam. I don't really like its look as much as I like the regular New Gundam.
there's two. Well, that's where it gets weird because there's two designs for High New Gundam.
Oh.
Now there's an old one and then there's the new one.
Well, so this is over, and this will be definitely a really good spot to stop. I don't really know how to end this other than here, have this.
Lala Soon was a young woman who may very well have become a mother to me.
Mother?